You're listening to For Better and Worse with Jess and Rach. Everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back.
And the video is on, I can tell. And we are recording. And welcome, YouTube.
Welcome, everybody.
To the beginning of this video. We cannot tell what's going to happen later on. But at least you're here at the start. We can hope. The YouTube community, I just feel for them.
I don't.
You just don't relate to the YouTubers.
I don't, but I get video. Like,
yeah.
You know, I understand that people like to watch. But how many people are only watching?
A good handful, and I get it. Because, like, when you think about, there's some podcasts that are just funny as fuck to watch.
Yeah.
Like that Trixie and Katya one.
Yeah.
So, you gotta watch it. Brittany Broski, gotta watch it.
Yeah, because they're just comedians. So it's like you have to watch them.
I know.
With their facial expressions and everything.
It's so good. Okay. Well,
we got some questions.
We got into the nitty-gritty last episode. And here we are this week. New week, new us. Same day for us, though, actually.
Same day. We're just knocking it out.
We are. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Josh ordered, he's like baby proofing the house. He's like obsessed with it, like making sure Elsie feels no pain.
Yeah.
Which is very cute.
With the backpack.
Yeah, we got a turtle backpack, but we had to stop putting it on her. So it was like this, like, basically pillow with like a head thing and a back thing because she started throwing herself back on it because she thought it was funny. Because it kind of bounce her.
Oh my gosh, which is the exact opposite of what.
Yeah, so I stopped using it. Now we just use it. Like sometimes I'll place pillows around her if she's like, you know, in a particularly, you know, not dangerous, but you know, I'm like, put a pillow here if you fall. But we have like a TV stand in our living room that she like pulls herself up on all the time. Like, she can't pull the TV down on her yet, but we do have anchors for it now. Yet. I mean, next week, who knows? This girl grows. It's crazy. And he goes, I bought pool noodles for around the edge.
That's smart.
They make those, though. He bought literal pool noodles. You can buy like sharp edging.
Well, it's probably cheaper with the pool noodles.
Black pool noodles? He bought. I'll have to check the receipt. He bought them on Amazon. God. Black pool noodles.
Are they up? I didn't see them.
No, but they just came. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Oh, he's like, "I got black." I'm like, "Josh, they are. I mean, it's gonna take up the entire."
They might be too big.
Yeah, they're going to be too big. Like, you can buy normal, just like...
Right.
Corner edge, you know.
Honestly, the thought was there.
Josh is still Josh, and Josh is going to be Josh.
And he will, and he continues to be.
Josh had his shirt. Like, he likes dumb shirts, and he thinks they're funny. But he doesn't understand, like when society looks at you, and they think you think that's for real.
They're like... corny, like little 8th grader would wear, like would that say like sarcasm loading or you know shit like that. But like the cornier they are, the better for him.
Yes, he thinks
he enjoys it. Also, he enjoys being out in public and people thinking that he's serious. Like he gets a kick out of that.
Like he thinks it's a bit, and I'm like, it's only a bit. If people know it's a bit, babe. And
yeah, but if he's in on it, he gets enjoyment out of it. I mean, where does he find these? Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon, Walmart, a lot of shirts.
Like,
okay, guys,
I get down with his when he was rocking like the tie dye with like the wolves.
Yeah, that's still cute. I think that's cute.
I like it. I know, and I thought like that was his style, and then he started busting these on. I said,
no, he's got a big SpongeBob shirt.
No, see, I can't.
Did you ever see the Michigan Ohio State one?
Yeah, you wore it.
I accidentally wore that one once, and I looked down and I was like, you know, a Michigan cheerleader sucking. You know, Brutus's.
Oh my God, I hate these. So I really hate these.
And he's still to this day, Jess.
Because
if he gets a personalized like jersey, he will still put the number 69 on it. I said, you are a father.
I think I think part of him really does kind of like it though. Like it's not a bit.
I can't admit that.
But like,
For
does he
me.
wear these? He wears them out.
Yes. I don't.
With him? With you?
I don't allow the Ohio State Michigan one.
Would you wear whatever he's wearing? Would you allow?
No. He could not wear that out in public with me. No. No, they're inside shirts.
Okay.
The SpongeBob one, which is literally just SpongeBob on a shirt.
Like that is the
I
ick.
don't like it.
No.
And it gives me the ick.
Yeah.
But what am I gonna do?
Nothing you can do. You can't. I mean, I wear the nastiest shit at home. So like, and I will comment on Joe's appearance, and I need to work on that because like he'll wear like dirty stuff sometimes. I'm like, that's disgusting. But I am a fucking slob at home lately, especially in pregnancy. I just wear these baggy ass clothes.
Girl.
I'm wearing my Porking Good shirt quite a bit.
See, got Porking Good.
Okay, but like that, it doesn't have like SpongeBob on it. But yeah, I get the home attire.
Gamer nutrition facts.
Oh yeah. What does it say? What did the nutrition facts?
It's like I don't remember. I don't look at them.
You can't be.
But
bothered.
once I feel like they've made enough of a rotation, they've been around a while, I ditch them. I don't throw them away because I think that would be rude.
So what do? Hide them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we?
YouTube commune. I almost failed you, but I did what I know how to do.
And that's
just be a videographer. And I said, corner of my camera looks a little suspicious. And the battery was dying.
Save the day.
Saved the day. All right, Jess, we'll get into some questions.
Let's go. We'll fire them off. I'm
How
ready.
does it feel to be back?
I can't.
Jess feels nothing.
I'm indifferent. I don't know. Life's different. Life is different now. I don't know.
Well, I'm excited.
Rach is very happy to be back.
I'm happy to be back. Why do you feel like you're less than like excited? Is it like you just don't know how to
process things?
Okay.
Or I don't feel like I have like much to offer as far as content goes other than like my life. You know, as before.
Which is what we've always done.
No, but I was like prepping, like I had like bits, you know, like I had some funny stories that I would like, but now I'm completely went in raw today. So today's a different type of energy to this episode. So that's why.
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard to know.
And usually like I don't like that type of attention, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than me having a funny story about Joe or something that
yeah, now we can think like, hey, save it for the pod.
Jess
and I haven't had to save it for the pod in 7 months.
Yeah. We really just Marco
8
Polo.
months, really. The last episode you and I were on together.
Probably longer.
January.
Yeah, because I did Month Joe, and then you did Month
Meredith, and then Josh, and then gone. So.
But we Marco Polo, and then end up calling each other because the Marco Poloing
gets too long.
Gets way too out of control. Like, we could just have a fucking phone conversation.
Yes. When you're on Marco Polo at the same time as someone, sometimes it's just...
But can we make a note on some FaceTime action that I've been getting in on? You should be very proud.
And answering phones.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new age for you.
Oh, I answer phones now, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Could be due to trauma, but a bit of just like, what's going on?
What is wrong?
Who's dead?
Who's
dead? That's fucked up.
Yeah,
Who died?
Well, you know, so it feels still weird for Jess, I guess. You don't know how you feel.
Yeah, it's indifferent. Not weird, not anything.
But I'm excited because I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. Yeah. Jess and I never really talked about like how all of the shit she was going through affected us. But I literally told her.
Oh.
I said
Rach cut off our friendship.
No, I said
she let me off the hook.
I said if this is what you need to do, never be my friend again. I understand.
Let the listeners listen to this, okay? That is when it did get weird because you were like, and then when you said that to me, you were like, you know, if you don't want to be my friend, I understand. Nobody's ever said that to me. So I was like, I didn't know our friendship was that expendable. And so I was really confused by it and wasn't in the space to be like joke around about it. And then we were like, I'm like, is that your insecurity that like I would just leave?
I think
like that something like that would end a friendship. Like that was so wild.
Something
to me.
like one of your best friends having a baby literally at the same time that you lost a 19-week pregnancy. In my mind, that is enough reason to step back from like I just feel like it takes like I mean, you didn't meet Elsie for a long time. You know, like it was fresh. And I kind of was just like, Jess, you got a lot of friends. If you need to like drop one, I get it.
That is fucked up. That is so fucked up. And I like was so confused by that. But I was like, no, I understand that if like I need to take space, which so that was confusing too, because I reached out to you and I said, hey, if it feels like I'm not reaching out to you as much, it's because I am processing all of this and you have a baby. But I think I made it clear that it's like, if the circumstances were different, obviously I would have met Elsie and I like, that would be different.
But more what I was saying is like, hey, I think that this is a huge fucking thing that happened. I don't know.
I can't. You guys, she really was like, if you don't want to be my friend anymore, I understand. I'm like,
I wasn't like in a passive aggressive way.
No,
I
it
was just genuinely like.
But I was genuinely shocked by that. That I was like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't understand it. And then we talked about it.
Yeah.
And we cleared it up. But
right, that it's not like I wanted to lose you as a friend. I just felt like what you had gone through was so traumatic that if I was a constant reminder of like what you didn't have, then why I don't know.
Yeah.
That's get it. I guess more of it was like I didn't expect you to have to do the emotional work for me.
Yeah, but I wasn't like, and that's the thing. Like, I had called it out because I was sick of people not calling shit out. That's another thing we could get into about what state I was in and like who reached out, who didn't reach out. It wasn't like that. It was like there were some things there, but it was just that I needed a friend, and I was calling it out. I was getting ahead of it, being like, hey, if I'm silent, obviously it's because of what I'm going through. It has nothing to do with like not wanting to meet Elsie or checking up on you. And I felt because we were in those two different stages, it was like I was feeling guilt about not being there for you in like your motherhood journey as like, you know, I'm like, I don't even know, you know, I'm like catching up online and I'm like, I should know this stuff about the breastfeeding stuff or, you know, and I felt guilty about that. So I just like wanted to get ahead of it and call it out. And like, that's what brought up the conversation. But no, I really wasn't thinking too hard on it. I was just like, that it wasn't like that like there was a reminder of that, like that you had the baby,
you were also still you, so you were just like, I want it to be the right time when I meet her, and then
that
I was
seemed like too weird.
It seems like
no, I didn't even say that. I was like, I mean, enough time. Like I just was like, I just need time for that. Yeah. I don't want to feel like that was forced on me.
Right. It just got like hard, not hard, like just like.
And then once we met up, it was like we were doing that over Marco Polo too.
Yeah.
So that, or as text and then Marco Polo and then that.
Yeah, I have to Marco Polo because I hate texting. When it comes to stuff with like that, it's like I need you to like see my face.
Yeah.
See how I'm saying something, because could you imagine if I wrote you a text like, if you don't want to be my friend anymore, I understand. Like you would be like, who's this bitch trying to like manipulate me?
Yeah.
But genuinely, I was just like, I think what you went through is so traumatic that if I'm a representation of that, I understand if you can't be my friend.
But even if you were a representation of it, like our friendship was never a question. That it was like,
this is my insecurity. I've discovered because apparently I went on stimulants and like half of my brain woke up, the traumatized part. But like I said, I would never expect anyone to have to work through emotions for me to maintain a friendship with me. Like the fact that like you did have to like, I'm sure you talked in therapy and stuff about like meeting Elsie and dealing with that and, you know, all of those things. I would never expect anyone to inconvenience themselves emotionally for me. That doesn't make any like.
Well, that's on your control though.
Right. But that was more of that. It's like,
you were trying to cut it off before I would ever do any work. That you were like,
I just wanted to let you know you didn't have to do it.
oh, okay.
Like I would get it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I have like a very weird take on friendship, I think, in general. I think just like the constant nonstop feeling of being a burden, which is it's like, I think it's genetic. My dad has it. And I didn't realize how deeply I felt that until literally the last month.
Well, yeah, but
like, I think I've always been able to be like, oh, deep down, I feel like a burden. Like that, like, deep thing. No,
Yeah.
it's fucking surface level, babe. It is right there at all times. Like, constant just
people
feeling.
choose friendships. Like, both people work at it, and the other person, you don't have control over like what work they want to put in. But if they continually work,
I know. It's just weird. It's a weird time.
We're not a burden, babe.
Well, thanks. We'll think about it. I'll think about that.
Well, replay that. You have it on record, so.
Okay, just to cut that. I don't want to talk about my
shit. Moving on. Okay.
Favorite music since we last saw, yes. Any new music?
Oh, of course. Boy Genius got me through the hardest time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that like their album titled The Record truly saved me. I believe that. So that album has a lot of meaning for me and really did get me through the summer and still does. They're fucking awesome. If you don't know, Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus, and Julian Baker. Phenomenal artists. They're just so fucking good.
They are so
and
good.
They fucking blew up. They came out with an album in 2018, just a little project they're working on. They came back together for this album and they sold out Madison Square Garden and they just fucking
really,
yeah,
that is so good.
Huge.
Love.
Yeah. So if you don't know, now you know. Go listen. But the album has my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a real basic bitch, but Noah Khan.
Noah Khan. It was a Noah Khan summer.
Yeah.
It was good.
I feel like Noah Khan is the new Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
And that, like, it is certifiably good fucking music.
Yes.
Like lyrically, compositionally,
it's
no
good
flaws, left no crumbs.
Absolutely.
But it's like everybody likes it, so you feel like, am I just kind of basic for light,
Yeah.
Is it the banjo that did it to us? We
Probably.
like to go back to our roots with the banjos. But no, been listening to him a lot. And weirdly, I felt the need to talk about Kelly Clarkson's new album because no one's talking about it.
I didn't even know she came out with new music. But
I know, isn't that so annoying?
But I watch her like TikTok on her show. Like, I love watching her show.
Yeah,
her talk show.
It should be out more. The album, okay, as a true blue, I listened to a full album. Not the most cohesive album I've ever listened to, and I feel like I made Madison listen through it like 3 times on a car ride. Because you got to listen to an album like 3 good times to be like, okay.
100%.
But like some of the music is like, is this Taylor Swift? Is this Adele? Is this, it feels very influenced. But some of it's very good, okay? I Hate Love is good. Like, that should be a hit on the fucking radio. So that's all I got to say. I think it's worth it. Kelly is worth it, okay?
Kelly's awesome.
Is a national fucking treasure, and I'll hear nothing more of it. And we need to be supporting her music more. But I feel like, she's pulled into a lot of different directions, so it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a pop artist I've been liking. Can't remember. Anyway, that's kind of my answer to that.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yep.
Everybody.
Well, we've gotten quite a few of Where the Fuck Have You Been? But we've covered that.
Listen to the episode before this. We'll tell you.
How was Jess's Florida trip? Oh, yeah.
Okay, first off, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my commute. I obviously was shocked by the Venmos that were coming in, and then I knew immediately who was responsible for this even though it was hidden from me, because it was a bunch of random people who I didn't know, aka our listeners. Not that you're random, but I just didn't recognize names. So I said, what the fuck is happening? And yeah, so I just wanted to say
That was so
fucking
cute.
thank you. Thank you. If you guys want to, if you're nosy, we got over $1,000.
Wow.
Oh, hell yeah. And, you know, we contemplated like, oh, do we save this? No, we fucking spent it.
That was the point.
Okay, so we absolutely balled out in Miami. And so I'll have you guys know that we put that to great use. We had a fucking blast. We ate amazingly good food. Miami is expensive to begin with, but honestly, we didn't even have to worry. So it was just like such an awesome, awesome gift, really. And Miami was a blast. We ate, drank, had sex, went to the beach, went to the pool. Like, it didn't matter. Like, it was the most relaxing vacation. Joe and I talk about it like it was a fever dream. We talk about it. We're like, did we really go to Miami? Like, did we really do that? Like, no other obligations than to just like have a good time. And that's exactly what we did. It was awesome. Truly, it was one of the best trips.
And where did you stay?
At this resort in Miami. That was super, super nice.
Good.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we wanted to drop the name of the resort.
Oh, Palms. The Palms.
Okay.
Miami. And we got a spa. We got massages too.
Good.
Like, we lived it up, guys. Thanks to you. Thanks to Rach for the idea. It was.
I have them. I
know how to show support.
Okay. Let me see.
Trying to think of anything funny happened in Miami worth telling, but
probably Joe being Joe. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It was hot.
For Rach, biggest surprise with having a baby. Okay. Right now, I think surprises come continuously all the time. You know, obviously, like, the biggest surprise at the beginning was the fact that my breasts didn't make enough milk to feed my child. That was weird. That was not really something I had prepared for. I prepared fully to not like it and to choose not to breastfeed. I have a lot of friends that, like, can be touched out easily, like sensory issues. And, like, I fully kind of thought, hey, that might be the road. Like, I think it might be overstimulating for me to have somebody on my tits all the time. I did not anticipate it to not be an option. That was really wild. But now it's just like how fucking fast it's going. The first year of life, and they say like the first year goes so fast. And like, yes, it's that, but it's like she's changing so much all the time. It is bizarre and should be illegal, quite frankly.
Isn't it cool? Because like as she's changing, like you're getting more of who she is as a person. Yeah.
She's a mover and a groover. If there's anything we've been saying, mover and a groover. She's a groovy girl. She's moving constantly and always has been. Like since she was a new baby, she's been kicking her legs. And it wasn't gas. Everybody told me, she maybe no, she's just wanting to go. She just wants to be zooming around. Like our pediatrician is always like looking at her sideways, like, what are you up to?
Dude, when just think when she walks, you won't be able to stop her.
So like she's already standing now, and like she has already started like taking her hands off, standing on her own. This is today. She started standing on her own a week ago, and now she's taking her hands off. Like, you know, we'll look at what's in her hands, you know, fall down. She's 8 months. She's going to be walking by 10 months. I'm pretty much certain of it. I walked at 9 months, but like I kind of always thought it was because I had a big sister. Mm-hmm. You know, like you're trying to keep up. But she does go to the babysitter, so she's got big kids there.
Yeah.
But
big friends.
That is just shocked me with how like it's shocked me how shocked I am of the fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't hit
funny.
Josh like the way I'm like, are you fucking kidding me that she's doing this now?
Aw.
You know, it's just
like you're in awe of it.
Oh my God.
Aww.
Yeah. She's a really, really great baby. And yeah. I think one thing I'm weirdly grateful for is like she's never been like a long sleeper. So like we've always had to wake up 2 to 3 times a night. So when the regressions hit, it's just kind of like meh. And all of her regressions have been mostly nap regressions. So she'll like try to drop a nap or like do like a 20-minute nap and like, you know, you won't be able to put her back down. Like the nighttime's always been relatively the same, but I realized it's because like it doesn't get that much worse than 3 times a night.
Yeah.
But I've always done bottle in bed, you know, and that people say like play, eat, play, sleep. Fuck no. Okay, I get that girl a bottle, she's done. I don't care if I have to get up and make her a bottle and give it to her. She's sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do a whole song and gambit. I don't want to be like rock, 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 rock.
Wait, you have to do that in the middle of the night?
Some people have to rock their What do you mean?
Play like that?
No,
like,
no. But like some people don't like want to feed their babies to sleep. I think always at night you have to. I don't really know. Again, I'm not on the internet.
Your guess is as good as mine.
But yeah, but like there is this, some people say like for bedtime, don't feed them to go to bed because how they fall asleep is how they'll want to be put back to sleep.
Right.
But I just said, if how they go to sleep is a bottle, that's real predictable for me.
Yeah.
I know that's how she needs to go back down.
Makes sense to me.
And when her belly stays full for as long as it needs to stay full,
then she's sleeping.
Because she chugs an entire bottle, like 6 to 8 ounces. Like, you can't tell me the girl has not been hungry.
Yeah, I feel like my experience is like I just do whatever kids' parents tell me to do that I'm watching. So I've never had to like make that decision. So it's like I'm always like, okay, what's their schedule, or like, you know, tell me exactly what you do, and then I follow those directions, and that works out, and then I don't have to make any crazy decisions. So now it's like, oh, I will be responsible for that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's wild. You just got to get to know them. I think that's the thing. I think that's like my only advice.
Yeah, you anticipate their needs and how they operate.
Get to know your baby before you decide what you're going to do with your baby. I think that is a crazy thing that, like, I think in our information age, and we feel like there's one right way to do everything and everything's black and white, and I'm going to, I'm going to co-sleep, or I'm going to do safe sleep, or I'm going to baby-led wean, or I'm going to just do this, or I'm going to breastfeed, or I'm going to bottle. Like, it's just so bizarro. Mm-hmm. How about you just say, I'm a blank slate here. I'm going to meet this baby and decide what this baby needs.
Yeah, you can't call it before. Yeah. I think that's like literally impossible.
Yeah. I didn't feel comfortable talking about this when Josh and I were recording. I think I talked about it a little bit, but like we co-slept for the first like 8 to 12 weeks, really. She slept on us. And I didn't want to say that at the time because it is such a hot topic that people will literally tell you you're killing your baby, or you're negligent in it, or you're willing to take the risk, when in reality it was just like I personally felt comfortable with an infant that wasn't capable of moving on her own. I felt comfortable with her sleeping on me, and you can't tell me that I wasn't comfortable doing that. You can't tell me that it wasn't the best thing for us at the time, because it's not your fucking kid and it's not your fucking life. It's mine. So we did that. We'd always start her in the bassinet because I always wanted her to eventually sleep in the bassinet. Sometimes she'd make it 30 minutes. Sometimes she'd make it an hour. She always ended up on our chest until she didn't anymore. Until eventually that just got less and less, because after a bottle, I would put her in the bassinet. And soon we were able to, and sometimes that just never worked. Sometimes we were never able to get her down after the second bottle, and she'd end up back on us. And after a while, the transfers just kept working. And by 3 months, she would do probably 75% of the night in the bassinet. And then by 5 months, all she was always in the bassinet. And then we had construction going on in our house for 6 weeks. And then when we moved back, like we were at my mom's, then we moved back, we just moved her into her crib. And that's where she stays, baby.
That was nice. And luckily you didn't have to do much work. She kind of like led that.
Yes, exactly. Like, I just let her, like, because truly I kind of did feel like I wouldn't be comfortable co-sleeping with her when she could move. And now, like, she had like a virus, and so we were sleeping together, and like I was more nervous about that because she rolls around, she sits up, she crawls. Like I was more like I was more anxious, like co-sleeping with her when she was 7 months old than I ever did when she was a newborn. And that was just my preference. And like, I just think there's so much fucking anxiety. And there is this feeling of, I even felt like this with like baby-led weaning. Like, I'm not fully doing baby-led weaning. I'm not fully doing purees. I'm just letting my daughter experiment with the food that she wants. And I'm also feeding her oatmeal because sometimes we need to go. Mm-hmm. And I don't have time for her to rub shit all over her face and hair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there is so much polarizing views on everything. And I prefer in this stage of my life to live in like gray space with raising kids. Like, it's just, you have to raise the kid that you have. I don't know.
I like it.
Okay.
I feel like you're confident in it. You know what's best for your kid. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's where the internet becomes just so fucking terrible.
It is terrible.
It's so confusing. It's like, I don't know. There are no right answers. Like, I'm finding that in pregnancy. It's like, don't fucking look up anything because either it's normal or something's really wrong. Like, that symptom is either completely normal at that stage or it could actually mean that something's going wrong.
Right. It's like a headache, right? It could be just a headache.
Right.
Or it could be a brain tumor.
Yeah.
It could be.
Or it could be preeclampsia. Who fucking knows?
Right. Scary.
Yeah. I like it. I feel like if you feel confident in it and you feel like you're taking the best care of your kid, then that's it.
And that's genuinely how I felt. Like, I feel like
you're doing your best.
I do. Yeah. And I think that's like, I don't know. There are times where I feel guilty for having her. I think the thing that I have felt any amount of guilt about is having her at the babysitter, and that's because it costs us money to do. You know, I thought I had taken on like a slow enough schedule that I'd be able to balance editing and caring for her full time. But it turns out like I can't parent at all and work. Mm-hmm. I can't. It is so hard. So our babysitter has been on vacation this week. She goes to like an in-home care provider who has like, 4 or 5 kids at a time. It's great. Love her. But I've had her all week and I have a wedding edited. I have not had time to upload it in 2 days. It's done. But when I tell you, like, you can't really take your eyes off of her for very long. And if you do, it's like, I don't want my daughter's memories of me to be like me looking at a screen while trying, like, obviously there are moments where that's fine. But if I have the means and ability to send her to a place where she's going to be enriched and, involved with other kids and socializing and having fun, I would rather that than me be frustrated with my child constantly, which is what was happening. Is when Elsie was 4 months old, she started dropping naps and she went from taking literally like maybe 3, I don't know. I don't remember times, but she went from taking like 5 hours of naps a day to like 3. And that was a huge problem. Like, I used to be able to get 5 hours of work done. Truly, I would work while she napped, and she used to nap on me. Things of the past. The girl cannot fall asleep on me to save her life. She's like, what's going on?
She wants to be herself.
She does.
She needs her crib.
My dad had a cataract appointment today that we had to take him to, and they're very serious. You can't leave. You have to be there the whole time. It's like 3 hours. I had Josh like keep her in the morning, go and work late because I was like, I can't wake this girl up, put her in the car, go get my dad, then go to the surgery place, sit, and I was like, or I'm going to lose my mind. So he kept her and then brought her. So we were only there for like 2.5 hours. She's working the room, obviously crawling up to people, talking to them, doing as she does. But she needed a nap. And I told them, I was like, I'm just going to go out to the car real quick. I took that cruiser. I cruised her around till she fell asleep.
Oh, yeah.
I said,
that's smart.
Because they were like, do not leave. I was like, I won't.
Gotta go.
Bye, gotta go. They had my number anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, she gotta go to
Some
bed.
strict rules.
Bizarro.
It's like I have a kid. What do you want me to do?
Right. What am I gonna
Kick
do?
rocks.
They're just trying to.
Yeah.
They're getting cataracts out, and they're sending
Getting
you on
them
your
handled,
way.
getting them
Get out,
handled.
in and out, like a conveyor
Locked
belt.
in. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the point of that whole talk was, but
Motherhood. What surprised you most of motherhood? And then we got all the way around there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Well, she's easy to talk about.
She is. I know. It is that annoying thing of like when you have a baby, you finally understand. Dude, when I was re-listening to these episodes, I was cracking myself up with this.
About what?
I'm not gonna do. I don't want any interventions.
That is funny that you. I don't remember what you even said.
I didn't want any interventions. I wanted, to everything to be very organic and natural.
Oh,
and
my God.
Rachel, just shut up with that. Don't get me
wrong. That is funny that you can look back and laugh at that.
Hilarious.
And do you think like moms were listening and rolling their eyes at
judging. I hope you were.
That's funny as fuck.
I mean, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Granted, like, as you know, being pregnant is such a vulnerable feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that like birth is looming, you do want to have a plan. You are probably thinking, you're probably thinking, what do I need? What do I want? Yeah,
but I know so many people now, and I have a pretty clear expectation of like, I have wants, right? I have a plan, whatever that may look like, but it's loose.
Oh,
it's for sure loose, and I don't know.
And I think mine was always loose, but the fact that like what I wanted, couldn't have been more opposite than what I got.
Mm-hmm. I think that's very common.
I mean, comical.
That's
comical.
So funny.
And also, like, after giving birth with an epidural, which was, painful. I don't want it to be more painful than that. I thought that was enough. Like, granted, I gave birth and now I will have a C-section. So whatever, we are where we are, but that was enough. I think it wasn't the most pain I've ever been in my life.
Really?
No, it's I think the pain and the experience is so, you'll only ever feel it when you're giving birth.
But it's also like
it's not comparable.
It's not, because other pain is just pain.
Yeah.
This is pain with the reward at the end.
Yeah.
Like you are working towards something. If there's anything I've actually looked in, is like hypnobirthing.
That's what I did.
Yeah. So it's like really understanding what's going on in your body and like just understanding that you're working towards a goal and not like you're not like breathing through contractions. You're like getting closer through every contraction. It just is a mindset.
I did all that shit. I took the classes. I bought the courses.
I'm not.
I just got the links. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I did the up breathing. But like,
there's just like words for it. It's just like fucking buzzwords. But it literally is just like understanding what's happening to your body. Yeah. And I think that's important.
It was just a lot of pressure, like for sure. I pushed for 3 hours.
Ooh.
What? Mm-mm. What? Like, that was the experience I had. Once you're on the roller coaster, like, towards the end,
I was tired.
I was so hungry. I was so fucking hungry. I can't imagine how hungry I would have been had I not have, like, because I illegally ate, like, around 4 p.m. the day before.
Oh, as soon as I feel like it's coming, I'm going to shove some food down my throat.
You gotta. But I had already been induced for hours. And I was just going nowhere. I was like, I'm going to eat. Okay. Like, I'm going to eat. But yeah, it was just very funny watching me
looking back and laughing.
I literally said, I want an intervention-free birth.
Oh, wow.
My God, Rachel, you dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch.
Dumb girl. Dumb girl.
That's funny.
Any advice for someone hoping to conceive in the next 6 to 8 months?
Take it easy. Just, oh my gosh. I did not enjoy that part.
Yeah.
And not that I did enjoy having sex with my husband. God, it was stressful. It was really stressful for Joe and I. I don't have any advice because we didn't do it right. I mean, it was hard. Joe,
Okay.
the anxiety was there, for Joe and
so
for
did
us.
you how was there a method to your madness?
I mean,
You just
like
knew
we
when
were
you ovulating?
tracking ovulation. Obviously, that's tip number one. But I don't know. My tip is have fun with it if you can, and take the pressure off, whatever that looks like, or if there's anything you can think of. I don't have any tips because it wasn't like that for us, and trying was definitely trying, you know. And even though we tried to get out of our heads about it, it just wasn't that easy,
So something that I did for next time, because obviously I got pregnant twice in a row without trying, so we know I can do it. But when we do want to try, because you're kind of on a schedule when you're a wedding photographer, there are certain times that are better than not to have a baby. And mostly because I have to have a C-section next time because of Elsie's shoulder dystocia. I need 8 to 10 to 12 weeks to be able to do my job. So I would like to give birth, in the wintertime, obviously, blah, blah, blah. But I now started tracking my ovulation. So I know what my body is doing when I'm ovulating. I feel as a woman, you're just living life, right? We got discharged. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes it's like that. And you don't necessarily know. But I started tracking my ovulation to know what is happening when I'm ovulating, if that makes sense. So and I've done it enough now that if my honestly, it's if my discharge is a certain way, I'll take an ovulation test and it confirms I'm ovulating, and I know that okay, so when I do want to start trying, that's my first line of okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, right. I know I'm fertile around this time. Let's have sex 3 times in a row. I don't know. We'll see.
3 in a row?
Not like days.
Oh. No. I'm like, damn.
No.
Josh has got it like that.
Josh couldn't wait for me to tell you. He's like, "You gonna drop it on the pod?"
Oh yeah, what is it?
A cock ring.
Oh. So what does that actually do?
Okay, this isn't a vibrating cock ring that you put on. This is literally quite literally a silicone hair tie.
What is it? Oh,
that you put at the base. Yes, to increase length and girth.
I can't with him. He was really bragging about it. He's like, "You gonna
let
tell
her know? Let her know." He said,
and we like you.
Yeah, I mean it was good. I mean, I asked him. I was like,
"Does the cock ring go inside you?"
No, because it's at the base of the penis, and you literally put the balls in there too.
Oh, some clamping.
That's what I said. I said, "Is this comfortable for you?"
What was it like for him putting it on the first time? Was it awkward or funny or?
I mean, we were in the dark. Okay. Also,
but was he laughing or was he serious? Or?
I told him to put it on because he had wanted. He was fishing for sex for 2 nights. Okay, and sometimes I'm like, but one morning we were feeling frisky. Mornings are good for us to have sex. At night, there's just too much. It's like when you're trying to work out at night. I'm like, there's too many excuses.
I love that you guys are on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, he'll have sex anytime, honestly, but morning is good.
Yeah, morning's good.
Yeah.
But I'm a night girl.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I'll do it.
The morning, I'm like, I wake up too anxious about what I have to get done.
Okay.
Or I'm brush teeth, coffee, and just I need to get ready first.
Oh, no. We don't even brush teeth.
No, not the no brush teeth.
We don't need to kiss. That's not what we're here for. When you're knocking boots in the morning, you're knocking boots.
That's it. There's no romance to be had.
Well, and exactly. So it's put on your ring, put on your.
Oh my God.
Because it was too much for me to think. I was like, I don't want to see this in the day. I don't want to see this in the light with the lights on. I want to see your castration device.
I can't. Not the cat. I could just see him getting so excited about it.
He loves toys and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a toy girly. That's the thing. I have so many vibrators and stuff, and so I'm like, if you want something to get your rocks off.
I tried it. I didn't have the same results. And it's a
bummer.
What
I saw.
It was I don't know.
You have to be, and I'm telling you, so horny for it.
Okay.
For the intensity, for a clit sucker. I'm telling, honestly, I don't know if like when you're I'm just so open about stuff now. When you're having solo play, like how many orgasms you'll let yourself have.
Never gone more than one.
Okay. Well.
But like no desire to. Like when I'm finished, I'm like, that's what I got. Thank you.
So there are like different levels.
But also in
to that
pregnancy,
shit.
it's like you can achieve it in seconds.
Okay. So there's like levels to it.
Sensitivity.
So like if I'm I'm trying to think of who listens to this podcast. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Anybody. I mean, I've talked about squirting on this podcast, but if I am going to squirt, it's on round 2 or 3.
What? That is nuts.
But I will only bring out the clit sucker now, like after round 1. So then it's like warm up.
Dang.
Yeah.
And they become more intense?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you desire more, like you have the bandwidth
because I know
more.
Because I know that I can do it.
What made you go more than one round?
Well, you just hear that people do that.
I haven't. I mean, porn.
But also, like, I guess.
Yeah,
people do.
It's awesome. What a gift.
But I know lesbians.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, I know lesbians. So I know that it's possible.
Yeah, okay, that tracks.
Like, girls will go at it forever because they can. Because I mean, I'm sure you got to call. Like you have to when you're like you have to call it. I think, especially like you got to say, all right, we got to end it at some point here.
Yeah. Wow. What a treat.
Yeah. So I've known that when I'm having my time with myself. Which isn't often anymore. I used to be like once a week.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, there's just nothing is more of like a vibe killer than like masturbating during your baby's nap time.
Yeah.
It's not going to do it. And I'm telling you, when she's at the babysitter, I'm not masturbating. I'm working. I gotta get shit done. I'm on a schedule.
And because you're on meth now.
I'm on meth now. Yeah.
And that will probably decrease the libido.
Does it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh. I haven't even
And you're also not even that, if that's not true. I don't know that for a fact, but I think it is. Obviously your brain's not like thinking that. You're already like go on other things.
Oh yeah, I don't skip the concert on a day that Elsie's at the babysitter.
No. And that's when the Marco Polo starts buzzing in the morning. And that's how you know Rach is on one. She's taking her meds and she's ready to chat.
I'm chatty. Sometimes I catch myself like, you're being annoying.
It's so funny because Rach never used to go like back to back Marco Polos, but she'd be hitting you up like back to back about shit that she's thinking.
I will hit you up.
I like it. I don't hate it. I'm like, I'll get back to her.
Right.
Yeah.
I Marco Polo for me. I think it's my neurodivergency. I really stress out about texting. I stress out.
But like keeping up?
Yeah. I just need people to hear me talk and see my face and know what my intention is. Texting really stresses me out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
For me, it's like I can't look at my face. Like if I know like I'm just looking haggard, like I'm not about to pop on and say something.
Why?
I don't know. I don't care if like you. I don't know. That's the thing. Like I don't care if you see it. It's me having to look at myself to send to you, and I'm just aware. So I'm like fixing things or something. It's not necessarily like I don't really care. I don't have to like put makeup on for that shit or care. It just is like, ugh, if I'm not wanting to look at myself right now,
yeah.
I'm not
I guess sometimes I don't even like look at myself. I've been pressing record and doing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess I should be doing that.
Yeah.
Pay less attention to my looks on there.
Yeah. I don't want to when I look on jewelry.
Oh yeah, I've seen
the little blips. So like if you don't have Marco Polo, there's like little thumbnails,
and they're like,
yeah, that's dark times.
Gifts.
When I first started Marco Poloing Jess, there was a time like I had Marco Poloed her, and then like 6 months went by, and then I Marco Poloed her again, and my bangs. My unintentional micro bangs.
They were. And it was so funny. You just like, at the time too, you're like, just cut my bangs. And you're just like talking. Like, it's like you had like a mental breakdown. It's like really.
I was still married to Dave.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a
throwing
slip.
it back. Because I remember because I cut them while they were wet, and I was like eyebrows up.
That could have been a rough time. I just think in general, like things were going awry.
Things were going awry.
I think you might have been off your meds.
Oh,
I think there was a lapse in your meds at one time,
probably,
or you like forgot to take them or something, and you were like spiraling
out of control. I was out of control, man.
Oh shit. I feel like I've known you forever. It just seems like a lifetime whenever we talk about that.
What year was it? 2018?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5 years? 5 years it was 5 years in May.
Wow. That's a long time.
It was.
All because of that trip.
That trip, that one workshop I hosted. Remember when I used to host workshops? COVID killed it. COVID killed my workshop buzz.
Yeah.
Favorite girl math or husband math? What is husband math? Is that new? Is TikTok new with husband math?
I haven't
girl
seen
math. Do you know what girl math is?
Yeah, but what do they mean by favorite?
Like, how do you like to use it the most?
Oh, shopping easily.
Yes.
You know me.
Well, yeah.
Also, just money in general for me is girl math. Like if
someone takes Venmo, it's free.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So if like there's money in Venmo, like in your balance, that's free. Cash is free.
It's dark days when I have to transfer money from Venmo into my bank account.
Yeah.
Dark days when I'm like, I need an extra $200 or whatever it is.
Well, I'd be transferring though right away sometimes.
If it's like large payments, but like when it's just like
35, 40
yeah.
bucks. Yeah. Cash is free. That's just free money.
Yep.
Like if you got it laying around, that's just.
What about vacations?
Oh, I am big about like
anything on vacation.
It doesn't matter. Like don't think
by the time that you get to vacation, the accommodations you're staying at, the Airbnb, the hotel, it's free. You paid for it. Like past you had paid for it.
So like vacation's cheaper now.
So it's so much cheaper now. It's already it's done.
Yeah. Like that was already it's already taken care of.
It's taken care of.
Like that doesn't include in the whole cost of the vacation.
No, because if it was paid for over 6 months ago, free.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, anything you spend first 2 months after having a baby, that's none of your business. I don't know if that's girl math, but it is none of your business.
Yeah.
Don't look at your bank accounts. Don't look at your statements. Just charge it to the game.
Yeah.
It's none of your business.
Yeah.
I won't
also,
find out.
After dead dad, any food doesn't count, calories don't count.
Yeah.
Food and all of that didn't matter. Free. Yeah.
Yeah. Life would not make you.
Also, people were coming through with food. I had always had food in my house.
That's so
like
nice.
Joe's family was just cooking for us relentlessly. It's good ass food too. I like fucking miss being pampered like that. But
you know what I almost asked?
What?
Did you get any funeral potatoes? Not realizing that would not be an appropriate question.
It is an appropriate question. What do you mean? You were there at the gig.
I know, but like,
at the
did
aftermath.
You get into your house, funeral potatoes to your house? Because you have your funeral potato casserole thrown some.
No, I didn't really eat much either at the gig, at the function, at the funeral function.
At the funeral.
At the gig. I was at my aunt's house. We just had people over after the funeral.
A little shindig.
Yeah. I had made a little slideshow that I was very proud of.
Yeah, it was very cute.
It was good. I'll never watch that again. Maybe at the year mark. No, how dare I? I'll be having a baby.
You're having a baby.
Also, there's that.
Oh, yeah.
This baby's due.
What day?
March 14th. Dad passed on the 20th. Florence on the 30th.
14th?
Oh my gosh, it does not look good laying down like that.
Lumpy. It looks perfect. It's your baby. That's not you. That's your baby now.
That's girl math.
That's girl math. Hey, none of your business.
No, it's cool. It's cool to see my belly grow. I don't hate myself. I don't hate the way I look.
Good.
Yeah. Not yet.
What happens after?
But also, I'm having a girl and I hear like, you just blow up. You didn't look bad though. I've seen some people
Oh!
I've seen some people change facial features. I heard the nostrils get bigger.
Jess,
the nose
we could
grows.
compare. Okay.
I thought you were looking good.
Okay, everybody, if you're triggered by any sort of food talk, weight talk, I am not in the best place I've ever been in my life. I still think I am in a good place-ish, but I'm not in the best perspective because it is one. I remember those Abercrombie jeans I wore to my engagement photos.
But that was like the thinnest you've been in your time of me knowing. But
here's what I want to sue them about. I'm going to sue them for emotional damages. I have Abercrombie jeans in an 18 and a 16.
Well, this is Abercrombie's
and a 14. Fault. Okay, those jeans are a 14. I'm now wearing 16s consistently, right? That's one size, right? So you think one pant size you could squeeze in, all right? You could put them on. You would be able to be like, okay, we're almost there. Like I wouldn't be comfortable, but it would be like your jeans I put on at that one photo shoot we did where I had a panic attack.
Emotional damage.
You know, like when I tell you, Jess, I shit you not, those jeans are 5 inches from shedding. And I am in Abercrombie. I'm like, what is that math? I just want to wear that. I just love those jeans. I love those jeans. And the answer is, guys, buy a new pair of jeans, Rachel. Buy them in a 16 or an 18 or whatever you need to have the jeans. But I was wearing those jeans when I was first pregnant with Elsie. Okay?
Barely pregnant.
Right. But still, I had some room. I blew up. I gained so much weight in my pregnancy, which is why I'm like working on like getting to a place of like strength with my body. I'm not stepping on the scale, but I am trying to shrink my body. So whether that means lose weight, I don't know, but I am trying to take care of my body better. It's not a secret. In my last pregnancy, I really struggled with movement. I really struggled with like everything. And it's so obvious now. I go to shout out Burn Boot Camp. I really, really like my classes there. They focus on strength and it's been really good for me. But it's also been good for me to check in with my body. Like when we first went, they were like, oh, do you have any problems? And I talked about like back issues that I've had. No. My hips are so weak that it is hard for me to like do movements that aren't even hip related because like even doing like burpees or anything where you're on the floor and then you're getting up, that's hips. If I have to get up, that's my hips. And it was so obvious. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Dang.
Just because I gained about 50, 60 pounds, just that constant weight just completely just like deteriorated so much of my like hip strength. And just like not keeping up with mobility. Like I wasn't even like walking, I just was like over it. And that was something I had always said, like I wanted to do before I got pregnant was stay active. And I just was so sick that I couldn't and didn't. And, I like that now, like Burn Boot Camp is also known for being kind of like a women's gym. But a lot of women who are pregnant go there still.
Nice. And
it's not in a like, I gotta stay, but it's just, you can tell that they're just there to like take care of their bodies and like keep up and do what they can. And so I'm glad that like I have a community like that. Yeah. So like hopefully I'll have something to go back to. But that has been something I've unexpected is like my uncomfortability with how I look. Like taking the headshots with Mads this week was rough. Like it's just weird for me because I feel like how this looks is fine. It's like my face looks different to me. And that's what I struggle with for whatever reason. Is like, why am I, it's just
so funny because I think the opposite about you, that I'm like, when you gain weight, I can never tell in your face and your shoulders. And I'm like so envious of that.
Oh God.
I know you see it differently, but I always think that you're like small in stature and your face like never looks like, even in Marco Polos, I'm like, you can tell if I'm having like a swollen day. You can really see it in my face.
I feel very hypersensitive to my face for whatever reason. I'm like, wash on, like get the
lymphatic drainage can really do a lot. For real. This shit's real.
But also just like something about having the baby just it's much hard or less predictable in the way that I lose weight, I think.
Mhm.
It's just everything is different. Everything has changed. It's hard because like I haven't like tried to lose weight in years and years. Like it hasn't been this like thing of like, because for me, the way like honestly, I have to just say like I want to lose weight
I feel
because
like you were trying to get in shape before your wedding, before you got pregnant, though.
I did start going back to yoga.
So that's
a bit.
why you were like, you were small.
But I had only gone to yoga for like 6 weeks before the ectopic. So it wasn't even like long. But I think I was just stressed. Like I was like I had lost some weight from just like moving.
Because your engagement photos, like you look, that's like, I think that's the smallest I've seen you since I've met you.
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah. So that was different.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me.
Yeah. And I mean, but like that wasn't intentional.
Right.
I don't think for me. But the reason why I'm saying the word like lose weight and not like get in shape or take care of my body is because like for me it's like I know what it feels like to be, and I'm not going to say like how much I weighed because everybody's thing is different and I don't want to give a number and be like that's fat, you know. I've been fat my whole life. Fat is not a bad word, but the weight that I was really hard on my body. And so I don't want to like get past that because I know how hard it is on my body. So that's why I'm trying to like get back to where I was to hopefully like when I am pregnant again, I can do it. But that won't happen for a while. I don't think. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Look how the other one happened. Look how Elsie got here.
I know. And I'm not in birth control. So that was another thing. I didn't, you know, I was struggling losing weight. And so I got back off birth control. So I've been off since like July. So we've gotten pretty long. We've gotten pretty well.
Birth control sucks.
It does suck. Why is this our only option?
I know. Good questions.
Okay. We'll kind of end on this one, but what are you most proud of from your journeys the past year? Proud? Why did I pick that one?
Pride?
2023 year of change. People forget.
Was it? It was.
Year
wasn't
change.
It? Wow. Didn't
2022 was year bullshit.
Changed. 2023 should have been the year bullshit.
Year change was pretty accurate.
Yeah, everything changed. Didn't ask for it. Didn't ask for that type of fucking change.
But when we dubbed it, we can't control it. Can't control what the year
I would say I had a huge motivation in this. But after my dad passed and time had passed, a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then I was going to start trying again, I started to feel like myself again. And I felt like I got myself out of a really dark place in a way that I knew how. That felt healthy and not like toxic. I got a Peloton, and that's not to say like I like really like got into fitness.
I was so proud of you for just like getting up and moving your body, which like as much as like I think everybody's relationship with exercise is so personal and can be so triggering,
right?
But it is not a secret that like our bodies need movement to be at their best.
I literally said I'm turning to science on this one because I can't get myself out.
Yeah,
and I knew that it was terrible after like the hormone shit that happens after that, after the procedure, or, you know, even after it's postpartum.
It's postpartum.
Yeah. So that was not easy. And then just having empty arms, for lack of better terms, it just was like, I just went through hell and I have nothing to show for it, but 2 dead people. Like, I don't know. It just was like, I have nothing. I feel nothing. And it was really tough. So I really said, I'm turning to science and I'm going to buy a Peloton. I'm going to move my body, and everything just turned around from there. Yeah. And I got pregnant and here I am, and it's been hard, but I'm really grateful to be pregnant. Like, I wanted that to happen as soon as it could. And I got my body back to where I wanted it to be. I had a period. That was huge for me. Like, it was just like I was regulated again, and
Yeah.
So that was my proud moment of the year. What was yours?
I think I'm proud of how
you became a mom.
Oh,
You're mothering.
I know,
and
mothering.
Killing it.
I know, I love it. But I feel like I'm proud of how flexible I've been in motherhood.
Yeah,
I think that's been something that's surprised me a bit.
Coming from the girl who was like, "This is what I want. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to do this," and now you're like,
and
I'm going by what Elsie wants to do.
I used to be like that, but like times 1,000. Like me in my church era, me in my cult era, it was just like if I said something, it was law. Like, and it was so hard for me. And I think I've like gotten more well-rounded as I've got older, and I understand that like you can say one thing and life's going to throw you another, and so just stop talking. But I like really,
you don't know everything.
You don't know shit. Yeah. Okay. But I have felt like in motherhood, I have let it be kind of like Elsie's show. And that doesn't mean it's not difficult and hard and stressful and overwhelming and overstimulating at times, but like I'm a happy mom. And I thank biology for not giving me crippling postpartum depression. But I'm happy. And, when I started being unhappy and stressed out about work, I got back on stimulants. And I've just been trying to like do what I need to do to be at my best for myself and for my child and for my husband and all of those things. So I'm really proud of how I've shown up in motherhood, and that I've prioritized being happy over being right. I think about that with like breastfeeding and stuff, because there's a time when I was sitting in the lactation chair and they're trying to hook up this like breastfeeding device. Okay. They use it with a lot of like NICU babies who aren't like latching well. And maybe people who don't have a supply, but like it's like a little straw that you put by your nipple, and then they like will suck the straw, and it's to get them to like get used to your nipple. And I just was sitting there like, and I looked at her and said, I'm not going to do this. I was just like, this is a lot. Mm-hmm. This is too much. And that's not to like belittle anybody's experience who, truly went through like hell to breastfeed. I just am so glad I didn't spend more time than I did on it. I'm so glad I stopped when I did. I'm so glad I didn't spend any more hours pumping. I'm so glad I didn't set any more alarms than I did to like get an ounce of milk a day. I'm just so glad that I just said enough is enough. Because no doctor, like her pediatrician, her, my primary care doctor, my OB, none of the professionals made me feel any type of way about formula feeding my child.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
It's only other people.
Yeah.
Only like
boomers.
Yes. No, boomers fucking formula fed all of us. Like, yeah. But it's millennial moms that have the platforms and say the things. And I just think for me with Elsie, breastfeeding sucked. She hated it, for one. Lactation consultants were baffled by her behavior at my boobs. She
hates them.
Hated them. And granted, she was getting nothing from them. So she like had associated probably a negative, but like there was no working on it. It was as soon as she was on my breast, she was mad. Mm-hmm. And she's so funny because she'll be the same way sometimes when she just wants to like be by herself.
Yeah.
She'll do this. Get away from me. Let me be by myself. It's so funny. But, I'm just so glad I gave up on that bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's just me to say, like,
you knew when to step away. And I think that would have been hard, especially because you wanted to breastfeed and you could have put up more of a fight, but at what cost?
Yeah. And I think
you assess that like, this isn't good for me or Elsie, so I need to pull the plug now.
And the only times that I feel like really triggered by other people breastfeeding, I think, is when I read these like long stories, captions about how it was so hard and terrible and there was no light at the end of the tunnel, but they pushed through anyway and now it's great. And I don't know why I feel like triggered by that, because I clearly, like, I feel like I must have given up, you know? But like, that's the stuff that I'm like, I'm so fucking glad I didn't spend more than one day crying about it.
Yeah. At what cost though? Like
there were tears shed throughout it, right? But I spent one day crying about it, and I'm so glad I didn't spend any more time than that. She was fed. She was happy.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I gonna get mad about it?
Right.
Like, it's not free. So that's the one thing. But other than that, like, I am so happy she's formula fed. I'm so glad I got to witness Josh bond with her, my mom bond with her, my sister bond with her, my friends. Like, I'm so glad that, like, I wasn't alone in feeding my child, which is like seemingly 90% of the journey at the beginning. Yeah. So, like, I am, you know, I will probably formula feed my next child too. We'll see. But, you know, again, it's up to them. I am yet a vessel in this next child's journey as well. But like, we'll see. But I am thankful for how it panned out for us.
Good. I'm proud of you. Yeah.
I'm just loosey-goosey 90s mom.
Yeah. Who is she? Who is she? This new Rach?
90s mom.
She got humbled by motherhood. Now look at her.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah. And I just
looks good on you.
It's great. It's been really fun. I have a fun time. I think it's fun.
I know. You are having fun. You love her. She's your best friend.
She's just so cute.
I know. You just have so much fun making her laugh. And
I know.
Like, it's awesome. I
can't
wait.
It's cool seeing her little brain move. And yeah, it should be fun, I think.
Yeah, I think that's majority should be fun. Right. Should be fulfilling. Yeah.
It should be, like, good.
The stress comes with it, but.
Right.
That happens.
Stress doesn't, like, negate the good. I don't know. Just is a fact. But yeah, so. And I realized a lot of my issues that I've had, I've solved with money, you know, like formula, childcare. And that is not a privilege that everyone has. And I want to say that. I can't put myself in the perspective or situation of someone who doesn't have the financial freedom to make those choices. So I'm just saying the perspective I have, which is this one. We don't have much of a savings account. I will say that. We are not doing great otherwise. But, you know, are we living paycheck to paycheck on a pretty large paycheck? Yeah, we are. But we're just doing what we can.
You're doing what you can. You're doing the best with what you got. And you're crushing it.
I just don't want you to leave my house. I want to kidnap you. And give you
I'm
forever.
Starving.
Oh, no.
I know. I've got pizza waiting for me at home. I'm excited.
Oh, with Joey?
With Joey boy. Yeah. And then I have to wake up at the crack of ass for these mini sessions tomorrow.
Oh.
I did them early because I'm like, I'm not going to deal with the sun, but I'm like, let me just get them done.
We're supposed to go to Boo at the zoo tomorrow. Does Elsie have a costume? No.
Does she need one? No.
I mean, I have the makings for the costume, but I have to like sew it because I didn't get glue. It's a whole sitch. We'll see.
Why don't you just throw in a bear costume and call it a day?
She doesn't have one.
I know, but you can just go get one at like Old Navy or something.
Because I bought she's supposed to be a chicken.
Oh.
It's going to be very cute if we can make it happen.
Oh, that's so cute.
I have super glue somewhere in this house.
You'll make it happen.
I gotta try. For the Gale.
For the Gale.
For the Gale. All right, guys. Well,
those were your questions.
Some of them. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If anybody has more in-depth questions, I don't know. Like, I've existed as a mother for 8 months now. I'm sure there were like ins and outs there that I didn't get into, but you know, whatever. We'll get to it. Maybe
we'll cross it. Oh, it'll happen. It'll come up sometime.
Yeah. But moving forward, you know, let us know what you want from us. I don't know. Still to this day, if we can promise weekly, but maybe like bi-monthly. Who knows?
We gotta figure. We gotta talk about it.
I got a permanent setup. This is really nailed on my wall.
Is it?
Yeah.
You didn't hold back.
No, we needed something permanent.
Yeah.
Nothing good was coming from this creepy upstairs. I'll tell you much.
You did some good work with this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like I needed to like clean upstairs, and then I decided to rip the carpet out.
Nice excuse to get up here and do a good once over.
Yeah, it needed to be done. Still smells like old house,
but it's kind of charming.
Is it? I'm sorry.
Jess has a sensitive nose. No, I like it. It reminds me of an old cabin.
Okay.
It's cozy. Okay, guys, I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Finally.
We love you. And this is For Better and Worse Podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Rach.
And we're out of here.